Hello, Scrappy Peeps. Suzanna here today for Simple Stories and a cherry on top to share with you this Christmas layout featuring Luna, our gray tabby cat, and the Simple Stories Mix a Mingle collection. I always stumble over that. I want to call it, I did say Mix a Mingle. It's Mix and a Mingle. So this is a really awesome retro collection, and it is available currently over at a cherry on top. So be sure to check in the description box down below for links to that. So I have literally just 3 pieces of pattern paper that I'm going to use. The poinsettia as an entire background, this string of lights, I'm going to call that, as the header up the top there. And then I thought I wanted the red up the top in order to pull the red from the poinsettia up to the top, but it just doesn't look right. You ruin the flow, the intermixing, mingling, mix and a mingling flow of that header up the top there. But I do know that I want a bolder shot of red somewhere. And so that's kind of running through my head as I'm designing. So these are the chipboard pieces from the Simple Card Kit. I often use these. I like that they are a thinner chipboard. Those of you who follow my work know that I don't like what I call skyscrapers on my pages, which is what I feel like acrylic pieces are. I love the look of most of the designs. I just don't like them standing 5 miles off my page. So this is why I'm particularly fond of these chipboard pieces from the card kit. I also like that even though I don't make the cards, I like the little shots of pattern paper as well. So I'm just using bits and pieces that coordinate with the kit. By putting these stars with the white border around them, it adds some variation to that pattern that's up there, which makes it stand out just a little bit more. It's adding dimension and texture to that as well. So what I'm struggling with here is I have 3 chipboard pieces, ornaments, and am I going to put them all on the same side? Am I going to break them up and have 2 and 1. I'm not sure quite yet how I want to do that. So I'm still looking for my shot of red, and I want a bright shot of red, but I also have one photo that's larger than the other and is color, and then I have the black and white version as well. And so I kind of want to create, I do want to create that difference between the two, and so I put that thin pink again to pull a little bit more of the pink color because I've got a lot of dominant green in this. So I'm just using some Thermoweb Zots bling on the back of the stars there to just quickly get those down. I could use my dot roller here, but I often find that the dot roller pulls up the chipboard, and so that's what I like about the Zots blings there. So I've decided I'm going to definitely put 2 on the left-hand side, because then that way I have green and red that will be on the left-hand side that complements that diagonal line through the photos down to the poinsettias. And actually, I go with all 3 again for that diagonal line of movement as my design element here. So though I have blurred out, well, it's not blurred, it's using depth of field with my photography. You can see the bokeh in the tree. I really want the continuation of all of this floral, and so I'm going to fussy cut a few of these pieces so that they overlap the photo. And what I like about this, and you'll see this coming up in a Pink Fresh layout that I'm going to do. So October 3rd is our next a cherry on top hop, and so I'm going to do something similar to this. Apparently this is my new favorite thing to do, is tuck photos behind fussy cut elements, so that in my mind, what it does is it provides a continuous flow. So here where I've got this diagonal line as my design element, it links, it keeps everything united. Yes, there kind of is an empty space between the corners of those photos. There's a right angle and the poinsettias, but by tucking the photo underneath, I create continuity there. So I'm still looking for that shot of red, that brighter red, or maybe some pink behind the photo. And so I'm digging through the journaling spot bits and pieces here from the Mix and Mingle collection to put something in. And I really like that present with the journaling there. But what bothers me initially is it's still green, and it's the same green as the ornament in the top left there, or a closer green, but it's not that warm green that is down in that bottom right hand side. But I think I'm going to go ahead and go for it. So I love the way that that label provides some red up the top there, and you can kind of see it unites everything again in that diagonal line there. So I found another ornament in the brads and pieces. I love the pieces. I love the brads actually lately too, and I love that they're not actually brads. And so I am going to put that on the right hand side because I do have a fairly large gap there that I want to put something in. You know me, I like my white space, my empty space, but I do feel like it needs a little something. And by putting that ornament in the right hand side, I'm able to sort of tie and give purpose to those ornaments on the left hand side there. So I've committed to all of these pieces, and you can see I fussy cut out another leaf a little bit, or partially cut, so that that is overlapping and again providing that continuous flow there. So these are now the foam stickers, and so just looking again for just little shots of color and bits and pieces that I can add to this. And so I love this Mary, and even though it covers up some of the poinsettia, I love that that helps provide title, and it blends in but stands out because of the different letters there. The poinsettia sticker that I put there just ties that, so it kind of creates the swag of the poinsettia in the title and carries it over into the photo, again for continuity of my design there. Let's see. Oh, off camera, I am going to, because you know me and I always do something off camera, I'm going to use some Nouveau drops, and I'm going to put 3 drops in the center of the red poinsettia. I'm just going to use a pearl, a white pearl, and then in the little dots in the center of some of those ornaments, I'm going to use one of the pinks on that bottom left, the leftmost ornament, and I believe I'm also going to use the white again on that right hand side ornament that I have nested on my trimmer casing there as well. So, and I love the dimension that that adds, so definitely check out the close-ups for that to see how that adds a lovely texture to the flowers. It's not something that you would notice if you didn't watch the video and actually hear that that's what I did. And that's what I love about process videos, is you get to hear about the little details that may not be super obvious on a page. So I'm just going to use a little sprinkling of stickers here. Some of them come from the sticker book, and some are going to come from the sticker sheet, the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. And so finally, here is the red that I'm looking for that really pulls that together. It's perfect, right? Isn't it? Yeah. It still needs a little something behind it. And so you can see I've opened up the sticker book. I love these sticker books. I could just, Simple Story sticker books, that I could stick stickers everywhere. And I love that they make them as part of collections now, instead of like American Crafts used to do, sort of as distinct after the fact stickers is what they felt like to me. So I love that layer, that cascade of goodies down the page there. So that is a candy cane. Again, just not necessary, but a lovely little ornament that ties it together. And of course, I had to have the kitty with the bow. So that is going to wrap it up, my friends. If you have any questions about the collection, please don't hesitate to leave them in the box down below, or my design construction as I put this together. Again, I will link you to everything at the Cherry on Top store down below. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.